I'm so excited. It's my favourite. It's the Carthago Liner For Two. And this is my favourite. If I just haven't said it, it's my favourite. Yeah. So for those who saw it when I was at the NEC with Jason, it was the first time I'd ever seen this motorhome, and I've wanted one ever since. We finally got one. It just looks so nice. I don't know where to start. So we've got beautiful LED lighting. It looks like Bane at the front. It's in silver, big windscreen. I just like it so much. But it's more for the inside, the reasons that I do like it, apart from it looks absolutely stunning. People who drive past this motorhome, every single one stops to look. It's just one of them. It's stunning. Now the thing that someone like Carthago do so much good with this is, I mean, this is a fuel cap, for example. Normally you just get a black cap, which is your traditional thing, but it's got a nice hidden area with it being an A-class. It just looks so much better. Storage wise, for a big old machine, you have got lots of storage. That goes all the way through to the other side. You've got everything accessible. You've got inverters, lighting, gas points on the other side, all carpeted walls as we look on here as well. And obviously you've got things like the cassette toilet and gas low bottles, everything you'd expect in something like this, water infills and everything like that. Now, the thing, my favourite, well, one of my two favourite things, well, there might be 4 or 5, but I'm not quite sure yet. And I'm going to go around the other side. It's got a big old garage. You do have a bit cut out, and I'll show you why that is. But as you have a look inside, you've got spaces for bikes, you've got carpeted walls again, you've got shower points, you've got all your thing that you need. And as you'd expect from a big liner like this, you have got reversing camera and the option of tow bars and so on. But I mean, just going back to this garage again, look how low that lip is there. So it's dead easy to get things across. You're not having to struggle with something that's that high and get it up and over. So this is the i53L, and the L means you've got extra 2 wheels at the back. Simple as that. You've got one that's built on the Fiat, which is a single axle. You've got this, which is the i53L, which is tag axle. Then you've got the Iveco option as well, which is a bigger thing altogether. But everything is just really nice and solid. That's your other door to get in from the other side. You've got really nice LED strip lighting as you go through, and these doors are proper solid units. So as I said, it's a proper solid Habitation door. I think the Hartle handles, which are just real solid construction. So, continuing on the storage side of things, we've got a couple of buttons here, and this is in 2 or 3 different compartments. And you've got storage that goes underneath. There's one at the front which gets to your big lockers, and you've got all your levers. And with it being double floored as well, it's obviously going to be winterised. You're going to be able to empty out your tanks and everything that you need to do from inside. You don't have to physically go outside. It even comes with things like branded blankets. And this is why I like this motorhome. So you've got that great big garage below, but you've also got a proper wraparound lounge. There's a lot of features around here I want to show you. So I'm going to start, we've got beautiful, solid overhead lockers. You've got really nice leather. This is the updated or upgraded leather as well with the extra stitching, and it's really nice soft leather. We've got a couple of headrests behind. That's so you can travel. There are seat belts that come out of here, as you can see. We do have a glass cabinet behind as well, which has the branded glasses up there also. We've even got little features like this, which come out there, your wine holders, wine bottle holders. And then if Lewis can get a little bit closer, we've even got storage under here. And if you can just see, you've got your electric, so you can charge things at night in this area as well. Now, this isn't standard as a 4-berth, but it is an option as a 4-berth, which this does have. It's just really well finished. You have got speakers in the back. You've got more, which I'll show you next. So with this, we do have a bit of a recliner. There's a button on top here, and what it does is 2 things. One, it completes the wraparound lounge. As you can see up this end, it starts to recline back. It just looks really nice. Now, you think that bit is fancy, but it's only fancy when you're twinned with this. Bit noisy. This is, and I think it's probably around a 42-inch TV that comes up. It really is quite clever because it comes up at an angle so it's not intruding into the garage when it's stored down. Look how good that is. It goes all the way up there, so it's cleared the cushions. It just looks so smart. It's just so many good features of a motorhome that you'd expect at this sort of price range, which is over £200,000. And in the kitchen, it continues to be impressive. I mean, where do we start? So we've got the coffee machine up top. We have nice overhead lockers, and these continue to have the carpeted walls on the way through, as well as the ceiling as well. So it's really well insulated, as you expect with a German motorhome. You've got closed central locking, so that locks all these drawers below, and then they just slide in and out as they go. So up top we have 3 burner hob. We have got a sink. It's like a jigsaw, this. I'll get there in a minute. Hey, there we go. We can also pull it out, so we have got the hose effect to that tap. Again, below we do have an oven grill, which you don't always tend to get on the European motorhomes. They tend to be more of a British thing. It's just the way that this just curves over. It looks really, really smart. It looks like you can store things under there as well. And then this really nice feature here, I just love how that door slides and covers it across. And that is one of 2 spice racks, which I'll show you the other one shortly. On this side we do have a nice big fridge freezer. It does have the 2-way. Really, really smart. And then I'm just going to finish off above, and you've just got these beautiful Carthago dials, depending on who you speak to. Aldi heating, satellite. You've got your Dometic battery control panel, plus your normal control panel, and your ones for the front and rear stereo systems. So around the lower levels we do have some nice lighting. You've got the lighting strip here on the step. You've got the blue little LEDs lit around, and then you've got that stunning little Carthago, for whoever wants to tell me off, symbol just in the doorwell. And on the other side, we've got these 3 beautiful lighting strips and this spice rack, which I never got to show you on the other side. And on this side, we do have the beautiful rainfall shower, really nice lighting. The only critique of this, it looks like the sort of wallpaper you'd see on the outside of a building of a Lego. On the opposite side, you do have the toilet itself. Again, really nice lighting on the mirror, and all these are cabinets as well, so plenty of storage. This door does come across, so you do separate it from the rest of the motorhome, and there's another door the other side to do it from the bedroom. And on the other side, we do have this sliding door here, which, if you can see the tracks, it does go around. Sounds a bit clunky. I mean, you'd keep everybody up at night doing it, but it does a good job and very clever at the same time. So I'm doing this in a bit of reverse. So we do have a couple more doors here. They're just buckled down, and this will go below the bed, so you are fully hidden, and the light has been cut out and these just join together. Ooh, that needs a bit of WD-40, doesn't it? And then to get the double bed down, you want to first fold that one down nice and neatly. If you want to make people jump as they're walking past, you want to give this one a good push so it goes like that. It works. We've done it many a time. And then on this side, by the way, lovely lighting again, leather headlining all the way through. You got your up and down button, and the thing this sets apart from something like the Heimer Duo and other models with this sort of layout is it is electric. And as you can probably see, rather than it being one piece effectively, it's in 2 halves, and as it comes down, it straightens out into what is a really nice big double bed. And to make it really, 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 really impressive, there's a little button here, and that is your stairs up, and it's even got little bits of storage in it, so it's dead easy jumping up. And because it's on these ledges either side, there's no movement to it at all, so it's nice and steady, especially when you've got the legs down, everything like that. It's spot on. Single bed either side. You've got enough for the dog in the middle, What more could you want? And when you're in the bed, you do have the TV, which fits nicely on that rail that goes up and down, and little USB ports as well as little hidey holes with lighting. So let's say the wife's at the back of the motorhome and she's chilling out, she's watching a bit of that 42-inch TV, but you've got some work to do and you are away, and that is remote working nowadays. To the left of my knee we have a socket and USB ports, but this has got something called the office pack. And why it's called the office pack is because it's got this drawer here, a fold out table, and you can happily sit in your captain chair on your laptop. So the cab area itself, it is on the 2.3 JTD, and this has the 160 brake horsepower, and it's also got that 9-speed gearbox here. For 2022 you will see a bit of a change around the cab. You've got the option of a digital display and little bits and bobs like that. This gear lever also changes slightly, so you've got a button on the back of it. We've got a few things around. We have got the climate control here. We have got USB ports. Again, on the 2022 cabs you do start to get USB-Cs, which is a lot better. Again, this really nice leather lining, a bit of storage around. This pocket to my right goes all the way down to about here, so it's nice and low. Again, speakers, I've got a reversing camera on the right, I've got my step button, heated bus mirrors, everything that you'd expect. And there is also here the heated seat button on this leather seat, which is a really nice feature. Going forward, we do have this lovely brown leather on the dash. Maybe they could have done a little bit more to make it look a little bit smarter in the cab. There's a few things that let it down. I'm going to start with this steering wheel. It is a standard steering wheel. There's no leather effect to it. For something that's north of £200,000, I would have wanted a leather steering wheel with this. And there's a couple of other things as well that I would have wanted. As much as I love it, the only problem I've got with it is just a little bit too dark. I mean, the camera might have lines coming across now, I'm not too sure. I know some people don't like it bright, but it would just be nice to have that option of just some lighter light compared to this here where it is nice and bright. I know this is daylight coming through, I know I'm being really picky, but it could just do with something else. Even if it's just, I don't know, you could do with like a couple of reading lights that reach out and just go over the top. It'd just make that little bit of difference for me. So you have got the two options. You have got the Liner I53, which is the short one, which is about 7.8 metres, and this one that's about 8.6 metres. They're both going to be 4.5 tonne upwards, up to 5.5. It's just a lovely, lovely thing. And then the last thing which I didn't like was that bathroom wall. I'm just not too keen on that. So between this one, which is the i53L, and the i53, there's probably about 0.7, 0.8 metres. So you've got that little bit more space. Forget what they start from because it's irrelevant, because you're going to be talking north of 200,000 up to 250,000 depending on the spec. With something like this, as of today, it's probably 220 grand. Awesome spec. What do you think? Comment below, subscribe, like, and we'll see you soon.